The Pennsylvania Human Relations Act makes it unlawful to discriminate on the basis of a protected work group in the workplace. This applies to all facets of employment, not just hiring and firing. Also, remember that only discrimination based on a protected group is unlawful. Please see our video on discrimination for a full explanation of what constitutes a protected group. First, let's talk about harassment. Although harassment does not always involve the loss of a job opportunity, it may still be considered discrimination. It can come in many forms: bullying and sexual harassment, for example. Some harassment is severe enough to alter the terms and conditions of work. Even when harassment does not involve the loss of a job opportunity, the employer may still be liable if they were aware or should have known about the harassment. If the harassment alters the terms and conditions of employment, if the conduct creates a hostile work environment, or if a benefit of employment is made conditional on performance of a sexual favor, you may have a claim for harassment. The employee should take advantage of any internal grievance or complaint process. Now, let's discuss your request for an accommodation. An employer may sometimes have to provide different treatment to a person based on his or her protected class. This most often comes up in alleged disability discrimination cases, but may also be an issue in cases of alleged religious creed discrimination. In both cases, the employee must notify the employer unless the employer otherwise has reason to know. The employee must also request an accommodation based on the protected group. For instance, an exemption from lifting more than 15 pounds or time off on Saturdays. The request for accommodation begins what's known as an interactive process required by law. The employer may offer another reasonable accommodation for the employee. Retaliation. Employees are also protected against retaliation by employers, for instance, firing or demotion. Retaliation against an employee for filing a discrimination complaint or otherwise opposing a discriminatory act is illegal. This may be true even when the underlying complaint turns out to be unfounded. This also means that the person does not need to file with the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission. They can merely voice their opinion and still be protected. An employee who participates in an investigation, internal or through the government, regarding discrimination is also protected. If you feel like you have been discriminated against based on your protected group, please contact the PHRC. Please see our video on the complaint process for more information. You may also contact your local office of the PHRC with questions or visit our website at phrc.pa.gov.